After several requests of how to cook chicken drumsticks on the griddle, we thought it was time to give it a go. You want to see our take on this cook? Stick around while we dig in.
I can't believe the WALTWINS. They're right there. That's one of them. That's the other one.
I'm the other one. Hey, welcome back.
I'm Adam.
I'm Brett.
And we are
the WALTWINS.
But if this is your first time here with us,
Welcome.
Consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the cooks that we do here on the Blackstone Griddle, even when it's our first attempt at trying something new.
And I feel pretty confident about this. We have done wings.
We have done
on
wings.
the griddle top.
On the griddle top.
Best wings.
The best wings.
On the Blackstone.
On the Blackstone.
I love my hype guy. He loves me too. What? Okay.
So Brett, let's talk about the groceries. What are we looking at?
Drumsticks. And we're going to be using the usual suspects.
That's right. And some oil to really cook them in.
Of course.
George, among many others, has reached out and said, WALTWINS, there's not a whole lot of videos on how to griddle drumsticks.
And there's a reason for that, because it's not a really
common
way. It's not a common practice.
We thought, let's give this a try. And Brett mentioned, you know what, we've done chicken wings. It'll be just the same because those chicken wings turned out phenomenally.
Amazing.
But let's go ahead and let's get to this. Let's go ahead and dress the chicken. So basically, all we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken, we're going to toss them with our usual suspects. The usual suspects mix is in the description below this video. It is our absolute favorite seasoning mix. When we say we use it in just about every cook, we ain't kidding.
Yeah,
this
we
stuff
put it
is
in
used in everything.
on our pancakes, in our cereal. I'm kidding.
But let's go ahead and do this. All right, so Brett is gonna walk us through this. We've got the chicken legs in here. We just purchased these. These were fresh from the grocery store yesterday, actually.
Yep.
So
much like what I do with my wings, I just dust on the usual suspects. And what I do, my method with this is I dust it on until it's just north of what I feel is too much.
And then
I mix.
And then you add a little bit more after too.
Yeah, a little more, and then we mix because then obviously it's just covering the top, and we want it to get all over every single drumstick.
And the one thing I've learned from Brett too with this method, this is how I do my wings now every time, and they are a hit. Every time. My daughter asks for wings weekly because of how we season these.
So I have baked chicken with the usual suspects, but that's more controlled because you lay them out, and dust it on top. Because we're mixing it in a bowl like we're doing like I do the wings. I just got to make sure that we've got at least a little bit of dusting on each piece, each drum.
Perfect.
So,
all right. And if we're covered, and then we're gonna cook these the way we would the wings. Now the big thing is just making sure we get them above 165, which we're gonna cook these thoroughly. These might get up to 190, 190, like you would the wings, because we just want them to be crispy and delicious. Now, we talked about even doing some barbecue or some barbecue sauce. Brett, we thought we'll just keep them simple. Let's just show the process.
we're just showing the cook of getting the meat up to temp. It is going to take a while.
All right, so once these are all seasoned up, we're gonna go ahead and toss these on the griddle.
Yep, these are looking good.
All right, so we're good to go. Brett's gonna toss a whole bunch of oil. Brett, let me grab a spatula real quick. So because we are using so much, this has been on for about 10 minutes. Now, this griddle is set to medium low. We do want a lot of oil for this one to get these drumsticks going. And these are gonna start cooking up, and they're gonna already pull up some of that oil and start sticking just a little bit. We'll just add oil and seasoning as needed. Whole point of this cook, literally, is we're gonna let it cook and turn. Cook and turn. And Brett, when we're done cooking, we're gonna
turn, and then after that, we're gonna cook.
Listen, what a good teacher I am. This is why I teach U.S. history.
Just follow the bouncing ball on the bottom of the screen.
Right.
Cook and turn.
So you can see where my hot zone is. This one was not already cooking. That's a little bit lighter up there, but these are cooking. Look at that. We're starting to get a little browning. Brett, you know what this reminds me of?
Wings.
And so we expect the outside to get a little crispy. The whole intent.
We expect it. We want it to get crispy.
We want it.
Yes.
The idea is to get these a little crispy on the outside whilst not burning them, but just turning them enough. Now, I've got these spread out. One thing we've done with our wings on the griddle, which does help a lot, is actually eventually pushing them closer together to lean on each other. So as they turn, they don't keep rolling like they're doing right now. So we'll utilize the griddle and really the strength of each of the chicken to kind of hold together. The idea is to get the internal temperature hot enough. We'll use a little bit more oil. In fact, Brett, I think I want to toss a little more oil on there.
Sure.
If you're okay with that.
Yep.
Really, this is just to make sure these don't dry out too much. Okay, yep, there we go. And let that oil kind of seep down. By the way, the griddle is set to medium-low right now. That means that if I'm looking at my dial and it's all the way turned to low, I'm coming to the top part of low right at the bottom of medium. If we need to crank the heat, we could, but if we want to lower it, we can as well. The reason we don't start high heat is because why, Brett?
Because it's much easier to get the heat up than it is to bring it down.
Right.
Also, and this is kind of an easier way of where medium low is and where we have it. We have it between, if you're looking at a clock, between the 6 and the 7. Right in between there is where we have it.
About 35, 37 after the hour.
37 after the hour, exactly.
All right.
Now, one thing we know about this particular Blackstone, Adam's Blackstone, is this right here is the hot zone. So these drumsticks are going to get a lot more attention, and in fact, at some point, we will rotate these out and rotate the ones on the outside in, so that they're all going to get the equal love.
Right. If you're not new to griddle cooking, you already know this. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you are new, learn your zones and use them to your advantage. I think that's my favorite part about griddle cooking, is knowing what works and where to move the food around. Because once you know your griddle, it just changes everything. And by the way, every griddle, I think somebody said it's like a thumbprint. Every one is different.
Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the word. Everywhere we go, it turns to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life. Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the word.
So we're going to go ahead and temp. You said some of the small ones?
Yep, still
Look,
167. So that
167.
one's good. Pull it.
This one's go, not quite. Now, chicken, you want the minimum internal temperature to get to 165. This one's at 167. What we've learned with our wings, and now I want to do the same to these, Brett, is to crisp them up on the outside. That one's not quite crispy, so we'll get it back in here and get it turning. But that tells us that we're on the tail end of this cook, meaning probably 10, 15 minutes still. Not every cook on the griddle is like super fast. This is a slow one, dude. How much fun is this though?
Yeah, we're hanging out poolside on we're cooking this and filming this on a Friday night. Yeah, you think we're not gonna finish this, have a couple of bites, and then jump in the pool? That's what we're gonna do.
One of us is jumping in the pool. One of us is editing the video. It's true.
The one thing is to make them not rubbery and the consistency we want, there's a fine line between rubbery and completely dried out. So we have to find that perfect middle ground. So
that may be the biggest challenge. It's easy to do with the wings on the griddle, which we found, but this might be a little bit more of a challenge, but that's what we're gonna find out, and we're gonna keep cooking until we get it.
Yeah, with the wings, it's really easy to do with the eyeball test, which I do wings literally every week in my air fryer, so. All right.
Everywhere we go, we'll turn to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life. Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the word. Everywhere we go, we'll turn to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life. Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the word.
Right now.
All right, so right now, cook time, we're between 25 and 30 minutes, which honestly, there's a part of me that even anticipated as long as an hour.
He did. He was telling me this is going to take an hour, and I thought, you know what? If it does, great. That's fine. But yeah, it's been about half that time, and we're dwindling down. We're at the tail end. These are crisping up. I wish you could be here for the smell.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
The usual
right.
suspects
Yeah, the wing
and the
nights,
chicken.
this is what it smells
It
like.
smells like wing night. It really does. I'm excited for this thigh meat though, or the leg meat though.
Yeah, leg meat.
My son Parker is a sucker for chicken legs. He loves these. I can't wait for him to try.
Yeah, his reaction will let us know how well we did.
We're just about done with all this, man.
Yeah.
Well, bro, there it is.
Worth the wait.
We went from the really big plate with all of them to just the little plate for us because
the
we
family left for us.
We don't even get
Glad
to eat
we're
all
not
these.
hungry.
We're told we get to take our bites and then give it to the family. No, but I am
that's
super
cool.
happy.
Yeah.
The family is super excited with how good it is. So we already know this is a hit. In fact, my biggest tell is Parker, my boy, who typically doesn't eat much of really anything that we do, anything in general outside of chicken nuggets
Right,
and whatnot.
yeah.
Loved it. He's already had 2 of these tonight. So these have cooled off quite a bit, so we're ready to go. But Brett, like we say,
Yeah, well, before you know that, have you given us a like yet?
oh, ooh, give it a thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. Like we say, though, it can look amazing.
Yeah, that's exactly what, it looks like when we cook it.
It does, and while you were talking about looking, I was already smelling because, like we say, it can smell
I
amazing.
think we mentioned that. We definitely mentioned that during
a
the
time or
cook.
two, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. But if this doesn't taste amazing, then this was
All
all
for
for
naught.
naught. Cheers. I'll eat to that.
My brother.
Of course. Oh, my.
Here's the thing. First of all,
This is how you do drumsticks, by the way, on
pardon
the griddle.
me, because I don't want to flick the juice on your face.
We probably should have left the gloves on, but we got caught up, like, serving the family and everything.
So this is the best that I've never had.
These are exactly like we do the wings. We did them exactly like we did the wings. Perfect. I was worried that we were going to get too much char on the outside. How about just deliciousness on the outside, all
Yeah.
the way around? It seasoned that to perfection. Now, I had mentioned to Brett down by the base, we couldn't get the crisp on that. It's a little rubbery, but guess what? So full of flavor.
Oh my!
It doesn't matter.
It's kind of like, well, I was gonna say that's where the flavor went, but no, the flavor went everywhere. On
Those are so good. And the thing is, the juicy all the way to the center.
One more of these. Oh yeah.
Did you get a couple of those before?
I got
I
like
was not.
8 of them.
See, I'm not paying attention. I was eating those. Man, Brett, those are so amazing. Thank you so much for the recommendation, for asking how to do these. We love to show these how-to on these ones. This one, you got to do. Brett and I were talking while we were cooking this. What makes this?
We had time.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. What makes this so much fun is that we do have time. We thought, man, if you're out at a cookout and you bring a whole thing of drums for everybody, you could spend 30, 45 minutes just doing this out there, having fun and getting these on, and then everybody's having some delicious drums.
Or like while the
man.
kids are swimming in the pool.
Totally,
we
for
toss
sure.
The drums on.
Especially now that knowing how much they love this.
Exactly. They come in, they eat, they don't have to wash off, they go rinse off in the pool.
Man, this is
They do.
outstanding.
Oh yeah.
So
And
worth
there's a
every-
part of me that wants to do it all over again because this is all we're left.
We need more
It
next
would be
time.
worth the wait.
Listen, we had 6 pounds of wings. I thought this is gonna feed the army. Nope,
We hit
the army came and went and took them.
Wings?
Wings, yeah.
Drumsticks.
So happy with the way. Did I say wings?
Yeah.
Oh, so happy the way this turned out, though. So excited. If you get a chance, look in the description below to check out our merchandise store where we do have more griddle on gear. We do have our Griddle Me This Fat Man, which is our moisture wicking, or as Brett likes to call it, our dry fit. Brett likes to call it. That's what it's called, our dry fit.
Yeah, I invented the dry fit. Dry fit is a brand.
We're so grateful to get to work with Digital Promotions, who works with Crossroads Missions. Now, a portion of all the proceeds made through the WALTWINS merchandise store does go to support Crossroads Missions and the various service projects that they work on throughout the world. It's an amazing organization, and we're grateful and honored to be a part of it.
Yep.
Also, we do have a Patreon page. Check the link in the description, also below this video, for more information about that. And to our Patreons, to our Griddle Entourage, thank you for all that you do, for the love and support that you give us, and really keep us doing this. We absolutely love it. We couldn't do it without you, so thank you so much. Brett, anything else, man?
No, I'm ready to do an adult
So we can get. I keep eyeballing the flavors so good in there. Yep. Aside from coming to make this banger, these amazing drumsticks. So happy this was requested. How do you do this? This is how you do it.
Yep.
Aside from all this, why are we doing this?
Because all we do is twin, no matter what.
And with that, we bid you adieu.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
And
Griddle on!